All right, I am going to take a minute just to show you guys how I like to weave in my ends. So I have a piece of Stockinette fabric here. Here's my end. Now, while I was knitting it, I did the Weavin Steven method for the first, I don't know, 10 stitches or so. I like this method because it holds the yarn in place while I'm knitting, but I don't like to do it all the way across and leave it because I find it does pull out kind of easy. So what I usually do is I do the Weavin Steven method for the first 10 stitches or so, and then I do this diagonal kind of thing where I'm going into these little bumps on the back side of my stockinette fabric where you can see there's some smiles and some frowns. So here's the smile, here's the frown. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up into the first smile close to my needle, and I'm going to go into the frown right next to it. This particular needle is my favorite needle for weaving things in. It has like a curve on it. I love it. So there you can see there's the frown. Here's the next smile. I'm going to go into the smile, into the frown. And I can do a few in a row too. Smile, frown, smile. It's a little bit faster. I don't have to do them all one at a time. And that's what I do. I just go as far as I want to go. If I get to where I want to turn around, I can just go another direction. So here I'm going to go, I'm running out of room because this piece of fabric is angled. I just go the other way. Get the frown on the right side instead of on the left. Well, I'm having a little trouble catching it here. There we go. And now I can just go up the other direction. So that's just a little short way. I always, when I was first learning to knit, things would just say, weave in your ends, and nothing would ever say how to weave in an end, which I thought was crazy. So here's just a little video on how to do that. Thanks for watching. All right, in this one, I'm going to show you another way that I weave in ends when I have, I think I'm transitioning from stockinette to garter here. But I have, whenever I see this pattern where I can make kind of like squiggles. So I just follow, let me get my tail here. So I did the same thing in this one. I did the Weavin Steven so far, and now I'm coming back to weave in the rest of the end, but I'm going to follow the path of the yarn up and through here, and then down, and it's almost like, I think it's the same thing as duplicate stitch actually, just doing it on the wrong side instead of the right side. But I'm just following the path of the yarn, and I'll just do this until I run out of yarn. This is a little bit harder to do with my camera in between myself and my knitting, actually. Although I'm getting better at doing things with the camera, watching the camera instead of my actually watching my hands. But you can see there, and I don't pull it tight. I do it real loose, and I won't actually trim my yarn. I'll leave, you know, like maybe an inch or two of yarn. I don't actually cut and trim that until after I've washed and blocked it, because when you block it and this stretches, some of this yarn that might be hanging off at the end is going to get pulled on into the work. So I leave a little bit. I could basically just do it till it's not gonna, it's too hard, like when the yarn is the same length as the needle and it doesn't cooperate. That's usually when I stop. Or if I'm doing a complicated stitch pattern, I might just weave in the end like this until the stitch pattern changes and I don't like the way it looks anymore, and then I might just stop then. But this is, I mean, this is several, 1, 2, almost 3 inches into my work here, which will be plenty to keep the yarn tail intact, so it won't unravel or come loose later on while I'm wearing the shawl. But there you can see. So I will leave, I'll find another bit that I've already done so I can show you. Like right here, I'll leave a couple of an inch or so that I'll trim closer to the work once I have washed and blocked it.